So that's where my cabinet used to be. We had to take it all apart, pull stuff out. It was kind of fun pulling it all apart. I probably could have done it in a more organized fashion. Here's my power cables. There's a bunch of my wiring. Parts strewn about. Not the most organized take apart, but we're just gonna hurry and paint the cabinet and call it good. All right, after painting, I like to go through the 1000 grit sandpaper and just give it a quick brush over and then wipe it off with a microfiber towel. Makes that paint way smoother, better finish for it. Now, you know, if you want to do like a butter cabinet and put clear coat down on top of it afterwards as well, that's great, but I'm still got to get artwork down on this before I worry about a butter cabinet or anything else crazy like that. We'll see. But yeah, so did 3 light coats of this flat black paint with primer inside of it to make it nice and sticky for the adhesive, for the vinyl. And just going through and giving it a quick once over with this and wiping it down with the microfiber. I especially like doing this anywhere down near like the floor when you're using a sprayer like I was. It feels like it just always tends with the air pressure kicking up a little bit of dust and stuff, and so you almost always get just a little bit of schmutz down the bottom edge of your cabinet that you can kind of feel. It's that 1000 grit sandpaper, just knocks all that down real fast. And then just take a nice clean microfiber towel, you wipe off the dust. So it'll look like you're making your paint all gray and dull, but the microfiber, just wipe it down and it's nice and black and smooth. Oh yeah, much smoother. I want to take a second also and welcome our latest Patreon supporter, Michele, Maddie, I believe how you say your name. So welcome along. Thanks for joining the club and for your support. It really does mean just the world to me, guys. Like, it just blows me away. But at the same time, like, I mean, I get it. I'm the same way. I'm following Carrie Hardy and Canada and all these other people out there that are doing all their content. Several of you guys with your own custom builds. And I love coming along for the ride also, so I totally get it. And it's just, it's so fun and encouraging though to see that there's more people like me out there that really geek out on this crazy stuff, huh? We're quite the crazy little nerd bunch, aren't we? But it's so awesome, so much fun. Anyway, so thank you so much, Michele, for joining, and for everybody who's been supporting, and for all the amazing comments and support that I get through all you guys and the knowledge you're sharing. I mean, I got to give another shout out to Paul Stevenson. We had some great conversations back and forth, and he helped iterate. I think I kind of inspired him to kind of bust out and reiterate and improve what he had going on for his LEDs and the way he's diffusing them. So he's even a step closer to where he wanted for his perfection, and I'm really liking the approach he's taking. I'm just waiting for a new set of PLA filament to show up so I can mess around with a different type of diffuser. So probably yet another video on insert lighting and diffusers coming up here in just a minute, because we just keep iterating and finding slightly better solutions every time. So it's just so much fun because it's fun to do it, and like we're constantly learning and trying new things, and the way the internet lets us all just kind of join in and swap with one another. Anyway, it's great, and I love being at the center of it here with you guys. So thanks so much for all your support. All right, back to the cabinet. All right, there we are, back in place. Ready to start throwing the guts back in. Just a nice flat black. That's gonna work well underneath the artwork that we'll put on via decals. And yeah, had several people asking me, what artwork are you going to use, Steve? Well, originally I was planning on doing artwork with the Burning Zeppelin, but then Stern used that for their premium game of Led Zeppelin. So now, like, well, I don't want to like copy exactly what they're doing. That was almost exactly the idea I was going to do. So I don't know. I really like that idea, so I might still do it, but I'm going to try to come up with something a little more different or unique. So yeah, so we'll see what we end up with as far as artwork, but quick video today, just paint. I kind of put it off for a while. Didn't really want to bother painting everything until I guess I was closer and ready for the artwork, but we're pretty much there now. Next step is really assemble it all back together. I want to go through and get my final ball guides curved and in place with better metal that'll be nice and clean and polished versus the ones that are all dinged up and scratched from what I did. And we're going to work with a riveter instead of using those 3D plastic molded little clamps to hold it down in place, because those kind of get in the way of the ball. We can go through and swap it out with all the riveted spade bolts that will go down in the play field. Get those all in place on this white wood, make sure we like where they're at. And then I got to go through, it's really going to be the last thing that's going to have to like screw into the play fields. And I want to go through and digitize all of those final holes for every little screw, for every little post. So far I've just kind of like, I've done some of them. The lower third I had them all put in, but a lot of the ones up top I was kind of eyeballing and put in place as I adjusted it. Now that I have final positions, I need to go through, measure those out, get those inside Fusion 360. So I have a final full playfield cut file that then we can cut hopefully our final whitewood, number 7 or 8 is where we're going to be at, and get everything screwed in place, triple check with the inserts cut out, make sure that is great. And then we start playing with lighting and other things while we get working on artwork for the playfield and for the cabinet. I'm not really an artist. I'm going to try to go through and do some stuff for the cabinet, and I'll do stuff for the display, for the UI. That's more what I do. But as far as like the playfield artwork and all that, we'll see. I've got a buddy who's an artist. He may have time to help me out doing some of that. Time is kind of evanescent, though. It's almost the end of October now. We've only got until March. Holidays coming up. We got lots to do. But anyway, moving along. So yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful. Different ways you can kind of go about painting it. I was not super concerned about every little aspect. I didn't paint the entire inside. You saw from earlier behind the bottom of the cabinet, had a little bit overspray. I wasn't really worried about the bottom of the cabinet. I've actually kept the back of the cabinet, both the back box up top and the back of this cabinet itself. Let me show you. I kept both of these, mostly original. I did overspray on the edges just a little bit here, but I like keeping this original manufacturer warning here in the back box. The back of the cabinet has its original stuff. It's kind of scuffed up on the back, but hey, back of cabinets always get scuffed up, right? So I don't know, kind of holding the heritage of where it originally came from. Still has the original manufacturer date on the back of the cabinet from December 8th of 1998 from this cabinet. So we can kind of show the life, I guess, have a little bit of the history still in there. Still a few errant nails in here also I didn't quite pull out, but anyway, this is the cabinet with the donor cab, so we're moving along. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a great time playing pinball on your own, whether on location or building your own machines. It's such a fun hobby, isn't it? I'm so happy to be a part of it. All right, thanks for coming along for the ride, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.